Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man, D Real, coming at you with another Be Real with D Real, where edutainment is what I do. The slap heard round the world. I got some thought processes about that I'm going to share with y'all today. Hopefully y'all are thinking a little deeper than cursory. A lot went on, and I got a lot to unpack, and I'm gonna try to unpack it in the time I have and wrap. Okay, but before I do, here's what I need y'all to do. If you digging what a brother's shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D Real page so that you can get alerts when new material comes out. Like this. Here's where I'm at with it. First, this is first. Chris Rock is a stand-up comedian. He gets paid to tell jokes. Some of those jokes are going to be in poor taste. Some of those jokes are going to be funny as hell. If I tell a joke about your wife that makes you want to put hands on me, is that a really good joke? Or is that a really bad joke? You see what I'm saying? Everybody's saying Chris Rock out of pocket. But what Will Smith did just made it hard for Chris Rock and every other fucking comedian on the planet. Now, it's bad enough comedians was already getting lambasted and blasted because, oh, you said this and that was, oh, and we living in society now where everybody's all extra sensitive and you can't even tell a joke no more. I mean, maybe he told one joke too many. I don't know. Maybe he said more than he should have said about Jada. But I'm like, damn. If Jada putting her shit out in the street, she can't get mad about somebody using it as material. That's Hollywood. Hollywood is, they might smile and hug each other, but they ain't got that kind of love for each other. They don't. They don't have that kind of love for each other. If you famous at the time, then you my friend. If you ain't famous I digress. Let me get back on this. Now, I don't care what joke I tell, when I told it, or who I told it about. If you put your hands on me, I'm putting my hands back on you. We would have shut the Oscars down, period. It would have been terrible. It would have been horrible. It would have been such a shame. But you hit me. You basically assaulted me. Okay, you out here crying when your wife running you down. You out here simping, and I'm really not. Let me stop because it sounds like I'm jumping down Will's throat, and that's not what I want to do. It's really not. I more so want to point out the fact, again, Chris is a stand-up comedian, and when people take offense to jokes to the point where you hitting folks, that sends a clear signal to all other comedians. And then here's another question. If D.L. Hughley had told that joke about Jada, would Will have got up and slapped him? If Kevin Hart told that joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, would Will got up and smacked him? If Cat Williams told that joke, would he have gotten up and smacked any of those other comedians? If the answer is no, Will's out of pocket. I mean, if you believe Will wouldn't have smacked none of those comedians, okay? She's dealing with alopecia. I get it. But in comedy, everybody's fair game. And y'all know that. If you have been to any kind of comedy show, I don't care if you got alopecia. I don't care if you got cancer. I don't care if you got AIDS. Some comedian is going to find a way to make a joke about it. This is what y'all don't understand. Comedy is supposed to be self-effacing. It is. But there are some jokes when you lash out. At least me, if I'm doing this, I don't go after people unless they heckle. If somebody heckling me, then okay, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. I'm going in, you know? But I mean, yeah, I'll admit it was in poor taste, but as a man, I'm gonna come and see you. I'm gonna come and see you backstage, whenever, catch you at your house, whatever, invite you to my house. That shit you said was out of pocket. If there's been a conversation like that between Will Smith and Chris Rock, and Chris Rock still violated, then yeah, he deserved to get smacked. But if Will ain't, at one man to another, sat that brother down and been like, Chris, man, come on, bro. You know my wife got a condition. Why you going in like that? Man, you gonna have to ease back with them alopecia jokes. For real, for real. This is my first and last time telling you, one man to another. If they had a conversation like that or something similar, and Will Smith violated, Chris Rock violated, yeah, you can get a smack for that. But now, something else I've been thinking about too, in my recent interactions with so-called famous people, okay? What I've learned about famous people is they're human beings, y'all. They have the same shortcomings, they have the same weaknesses, they have the same failings as all the rest of us. We do not need to place them on a pedestal. Thank you, Kevin Smith. However, when things don't go right, as they always don't go right, do you think Will Smith is going to shoulder the blame for that solely? Him and Chris Rock going to shoulder the blame for that? Or do we need to be waving our finger and virtue signaling about who did or didn't or should or shouldn't do what? I don't know. I'm not assigning blame. I won't assign blame. I'm not going to assign blame because right now, this is an emotional situation and people are emotional about it. So at least 50% of the people you ask are going to give you a super duper emotional response. Trying to talk logically to someone who is emotional is a waste of both of y'all's time. Okay, because when somebody's emotional, you're not getting logical conversation or explanation. You're getting their feelings. And that probably was what happened with Will Smith and Chris Rock. He was no longer willing to communicate respectfully. Like I said, with Hollywood, there's a lot going on that we don't know. There's a lot being said that we don't know. And we're drawing conclusions based on what happened on that stage and what Will Smith said from his place in the audience about keeping your mouth off of his wife. Yeah, that ain't come out right. Keeping his wife's name out of his mouth. Okay. I'm not going to assign blame. I'm not going to do that. But if Will Smith don't get invited back to the Oscars, nobody's going to wonder why, or nobody should wonder why. If Will Smith's actions have a reverberating effect. And y'all know what I mean when I say reverberating effect. Nah, that doesn't fall squarely on the shoulders of every Black person. But there was beauty in that night, and there was ugliness in that night. And there shouldn't have been that ugliness in that night. Some decisions were made and acted upon that should not have been acted upon. Period. In closing, I just want to say, sometimes the angel you protecting might be the demon. You know what I'm saying? If she gets you to go off and put your hands on people based off of a joke, what else you getting ready to do? I get honoring, I get protecting, but that's not what that was, bro. You wasn't who you was protecting her from what? Being insulted, being hurt. Again, that brings me back to what I was saying in the beginning. It's what comedians do. I ain't excusing it, but the man was doing his job. You didn't like the way the man was doing his job, you could have told him. If there was no conversation beforehand about keep my wife's name out your mouth, then I'm all in agreement. Chris Rock totally deserved that smack in the chops if you've been told. You can't assume, okay, I watch Red Table Diaries. You can't assume that I feel the same way I felt about an issue in 2004. My opinion may have changed. I don't care how much money I sunk into it. And yes, I'm talking about good hair. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. He made good hair. He should know better. Maybe not. You know, he said it, so maybe he doesn't know better. Oh, well, he need to be reminded with a smack. No, he don't. Again, I will reiterate it one more time. If Chris Rock and Will Smith have already had a conversation about keep my wife's name out your mouth, and Chris Rock went up on stage and put that dude's wife's name in his mouth, yes, I agree, 100%. He deserved to be smacked. But to just go off on some shit we know, some issues that you are dealing with, and your wife is part of those issues that you are dealing with, and based on your own frustration, your own anger, your own rage, you went up there and hit a man because he told a joke, bruh, you out of pocket. You know? I don't get it though. I don't see why people can't see that there's two sides. There's only one side. Jada got insulted, so he need to be smacked. Yay, Will, way to go. And the saddest thing of it all is it is creating, and I believe it will continue to create, division between us. I can't tell you how many fights and debates and arguments I done seen on Twitter and on Instagram and on Facebook, and everybody going back and forth because everybody got an opinion. Divided. Again, ain't this country divided enough? Damn. We got to find petty shit to be divided over? Come on, y'all. We got to be better than this. And if you don't want to kick in and be better, that's fine. Don't bitch when things get worse. That's all I'm saying, okay? And that ain't just a Hollywood thing. That's a people thing. That's a us thing. When things get worse, don't come out here trying to preach all of these homilies about how we need to hold hands and get together. We didn't need to hold hands and get together when Will smacked Chris, so we don't need to hold hands and get together when other stuff jumps off. If that's where our mindset is, and it ain't no kind of united front, I don't know. Just my thoughts, man. That's all it is. It's just my thoughts. If you don't like my thoughts and you don't like my opinions, you don't got to be here. I'll be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good and be good to each other.